Disclaimer. We are interested in everything and experts in nothing. We enjoy learning, but get it wrong sometimes. We mean no disrespect, and if we mess up, kindly correct us. Let's take this ride together, unless your intention is to cause harm or distress, in which case, with utmost haste, fuck right off.
So this is all secret.
Episode 23, and I refused to give Roxana even a hint about the topic, so she's completely in the dark.
I am.
So this week's episode was inspired by a Hulu docuseries.
Okay.
Called Dark Side of the 90s.
Oh, no.
Episode 1
is
about 90s talk shows.
Oh, God!
Yeah, okay.
Oh, my God, it's our whole childhood.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have owned up to that. But anyway, moving on.
Oh, my God. Okay, so, first of all, obviously, there were a lot of them.
There were so many.
So trying to do a comprehensive episode on them would have been a fool's errand.
Yes.
Didn't even want to try it.
Right.
I'm not even going to try to do a deep dive on anything.
Okay.
No.
High level overview of...
Yeah, we're going to skim over some particularly memorable shit and important moments. And I'm going to try to tie it together. But oh my God.
Are we going to have a final thought at the end?
Oh, who did the final thought?
Jerry Springer.
Oh!
Final thought. And it was always him, like, standing among the audience while his, like, when his, like, guests were half naked, covered in cake and whatever, like, horror show of an episode he had put on, but he'd be like, final thoughts. Take care of yourself.
And each other. Oh, the irony.
I know. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay, so too early for final thoughts. Let's go.
Here we go. All right. So, actually, it starts in 1986.
Okay.
Geraldo Rivera was hosting a live TV event.
Oh, my God. Was this the opening of the Al Capone, too?
It was.
Yay!
It was! So, yes, they were going to open one of Al Capone's vaults.
Yes.
And so they hyped it up all through the special,
yes.
like it was this big special, hyping up to the final moment, and they opened the damn thing up, and it's empty.
It's completely empty.
Well, not completely. No. They did find an old stop sign and some empty gin bottles. Not exactly treasured, though.
No.
Not exactly earth-shattering discoveries here.
Not at all. Could you imagine if they opened that shit and just, like, bodies piled out? You'd be like, God damn, what have we done? Cut the cameras.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Anyway, per the Dark Side of the 90s, the ratings of that special proved that even weak content could produce high ratings.
Yes,
which is my take on what they said, but that's my take home that I got.
The take home was...
and I actually have a clip from the Al Capone special that we will put on the website.
Yeah.
And when we're done recording, I'm going to play all my clips for you, because I have so many clips. Okay. So they followed that up then by putting Geraldo on as, like, talk show. They open up his talk show. And he gets his nose broken on an episode in a brawl involving white supremacists.
Why? Okay.
But it was apparently this big deal. He got his nose broken. I don't know if it was, like, live TV or recorded, because I feel like it would have been recorded.
I feel like it would have been recorded, but still.
But anyway, so, like, people were just watching this shit show, this huge brawl, and the host has a bloody nose because he got it busted, and it was sensational, and that kind of tipped these things over to sensationalist talk show content.
Yeah. Which was basically all of them.
Yeah. So, I never watched this one. So, you're right, it was our childhood, and there were several I watched.
Yeah.
including Ricky Lake.
Yep, Ricky Lake.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Lisa.
I never watched that one.
Lisa Gibbons, I think.
I remember Montel. Lots more.
But Jerry Springer, obviously.
Jerry Springer, Maury Povich.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But the Jenny Jones show.
Jenny Jones. Oh, this is the murder, isn't it?
This is the murder.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're not going to go too far into it because we are not a true crime podcast.
No.
Murder is not funny.
No.
And it's not our thing at all. Well, it's
it
not
is
part of our brand.
But it's not something that we generally cover. Because I'm not going to say that there won't be some time we cover some weird-ass fuck murder.
Maybe.
But, yeah. Anyway,
sometime down the road. But we're not going to do a deep dive.
Right.
But it was undeniably a significant moment in the 90s talk shows.
And the goddamn gay panic defense.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to not jump on a soapbox. But
yeah,
the Jenny Jones show, it was the Scott Amager murder. Amager. I have a hard time saying that name.
Yeah.
So it was 1995. The Jenny Jones show filmed an episode about hidden crushes. Mm-hmm. And Scott Amager revealed a crush on Jonathan Schmitz.
Mm-hmm. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Jonathan Schmitz came to Scott's home a few days later and shot Scott and blamed the episode, stating that he had been humiliated. Mm-hmm. So courts got involved. Initially, the Jenny Jones show had to pay $25 million to the family, although it might be 29. Because
that seems like a weird number.
Yeah. The video linked in the article that I was reading, the video very clearly said 25.
Okay.
But the text of the article said 29. And they were both very clear.
Okay.
And conflicting.
Okay.
So I don't know what it
clearly
actually
conflicted.
Exactly.
But they paid a lot of money.
Well, but then they didn't because it was overturned.
Mm-hmm. Because they appealed it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they were stupid as fuck for doing that, but they didn't. They had no idea.
Look, yeah. So there's a lot problematic with the 90s talk show
There's so
format.
much Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
But I can't get on board with the idea that any of that takes away his culpability.
Oh, no, he fucking 100% is his fault. It is nobody's fault but his. He's the one that got the gun, went to the dude's house. Fuck him in his face. I hope he dies in a fire. Yeah.
So Jonathan was convicted of second-degree murder and paroled in 2017.
Fuck you, dude.
It was also covered by, this case was covered by the Netflix show Trial by Murder, episode 1.
I didn't watch that one.
It's a pretty good one.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. I lied. Wow. I wrote Trial by Murder. It's
Trial
not.
by Press?
It's Trial by Media.
By Media. Yeah. I was going to say, Trial by Murder sounds...
No.
Backwards.
It took me a minute. That's what I typed. But it took me a minute to be like, wait a minute.
That doesn't make sense.
Right. Trial by Media.
On
Netflix. It's episode 1. I know there's also been other podcasts that have covered it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're not a true crime podcast, so we're just going to move right on.
Yep.
That's that.
But fuck that guy.
So, Maury Povich.
Oh, God.
Mr. You are not
the father. Oh.
So, yeah.
Do you know he's married to Connie Chung?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not do any personal research on him.
Yeah, she's like this like upstanding like Connie Chung. I'm on CNN. I don't know where she's actually at, but she's legit journalistic guy, and then she's married to You Are the Father. Man, it's fucking weird. Their dinner conversations have to be hilarious.
They have to be great.
Well, Nelson Mandela was doing this. Really, I had a 400-pound man on my show saying that he wanted to find love in a fish tank. It's like, okay, honey, thank you. Pass the Caesar salad, you fucking weirdo.
Oh, well, yeah, so most of Maury's shows were about paternity, right? And it was always the same format, right?
Do you think that killed him inside a little bit? Like, every time he opened that envelope, a little bit of his soul and his, like, journalistic integrity just went up in smoke?
I don't know. So, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
But, the format was always woman tells her side... And they show side-by-side pictures of the baby
and
with
the father,
the alleged father, or fathers. And then they get the father's side or the father's family side or whatever. They fight a little bit, and then...
the dramatic reveal.
Exactly. And more mayhem.
More mayhem.
Once it's revealed, right?
It's so chaotic. Like, they must have the most cardiac fit cameramen in the world. Because they have to chase these people.
Oh, they always run backstage.
They run backstage, throw themselves violently on the couch. And all I'm thinking is, your baby's going to grow up and Google this one day.
Oh, God.
And this appearance better pay for their college. Because it's at least going to have to cover their therapy.
So, yeah. Usually mayhem.
Yeah.
Every once in a while there's a happy ending, or the dude just accepts it quietly, like, okay, I'll step up. But yeah, it's usually mayhem.
It's usually mayhem.
Yeah.
I love the ones where they're like, and how do you know he's the father? I haven't had sex with anyone else.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, one time it was disturbing because they brought, like, a 16-year-old girl on, which I thought that was stupid. But yeah, like, she literally said, I've never slept with anyone else. This is my high school boyfriend, whatever. And, of course, like, the boy's mom was being like, she's a whore, blah, blah,
Always,
blah, blah, blah.
always, yep.
And, of course, he's the father.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the grandmother's, like, all like, meh, 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 meh. I'm like, bitch, that is your grandchild.
Yeah.
But whatever. Moving on.
Moving on. They also sometimes would bring in a lie detector test.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
I do.
The lie detector
They
revealed
determined that was a lie.
Yeah, exactly. But that was usually just on the cheating episodes. It wasn't part of the paternity.
It wasn't part of the paternity.
Yeah. So some actual, like, episode topics that I saw, like, you know how they have the little blurb at the bottom of the screen? Yes. So actual episode topics that I saw while I was researching was, who fathered your twins, me or my dad?
Ew.
White parents, mixed race kids.
Okay.
There was one that was, the reveal was that the dude was the father of only one twin.
That
Fraternal
is
twins.
So weird.
Yeah, yeah. Which I actually watched a clip of that, and Maury's face is stunned. Like,
yeah, he's like
what the heck?
Yeah.
Even he didn't see that coming. 34 paternity tests later, will we find the dad today?
Oh my god, that can't be real. These cannot be real people.
It's shocking, right? Which, shit like that literally always made me wonder, like, how much of that is because of our atrocious sex education system?
Seriously, though, when you get to that point, though, that can't be real.
Like, do you just not understand how, like, conception works?
I just don't think it's real. Just literally like, I think they're paying this woman to say, oh, I am 1,000% sure this time, Maury.
God, yes. There was 130% sure.
Yep.
There was 1,000% sure. There was 1,000,000%. Somebody literally said a gajillion.
A gajillion% sure. I am an infinite number of numbers sure, Maury. This is the 50th time, and it's going to be the real time. He doesn't have a kidney. I don't think he has testicles. I've never actually seen him naked, but I'm sure this is the one. Yeah, no. That shit can't be real.
Oh, my favorite Maury story that I found in this was, like, a feud about chicken tetrazzini. I swear to God. What? So basically, the story was like this woman thought her husband was cheating with her sister, and the reason was because he liked her chicken tetrazzini more.
Oh my
and so
God.
There was a lie detector involved, and then at some point, both women made the chicken tetrazzini, and they served it to the audience. Like, I can't make this shit up.
I seriously think they do make this shit up. These are like down on their luck actors who have had maybe one episode or like maybe one commercial in Japan that are coming on. They're like, okay, what we need you to do is to get really pissed about this chicken tetrazzini.
Right?
I know you don't even know what that is or how to spell it, but you're going to live and die for it.
Right? It's going to all come down to the
chicken tetrazzini.
Oh my God. Anyway, so, yeah, that was a thing. But I'm, like, embarrassed to admit that Maury was my go-to. Like, I loved watching Maury.
I will have to say this. When we had our apartment after my eldest was born, we did not have cable because we were poor as fuck.
Fair.
And this was before Netflix because we're old. And the only station that we could clearly get in on our tiny-ass TV was Maury.
Yeah.
So I watched so many of these in the haze of maternity